Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 2 of training with Rob Cannon. Hope you enjoyed the previous video, and I hope you enjoy this part 2. So I'll see you again next time. Enjoy the video, guys.
Yeah,
do that tonight. Right, change of plan. Panata, probably just put one plate to see how you feel. It's one of them where you don't want to do it at the beginning of the workout because it's a bit shoulder bearing, but it's incredible if you do it like where we're doing it in the workout. And you can't help but use your chest because you're braced so flat. Beautiful. Lovely, man. It's nice, isn't it?
It's fucking, that is so good.
I'm going to put a 10 on and then I'll go for another 10. Just slowly build up because it's one of those.
Again, Milos Sarchev. He really drummed it into me about getting deep stretches on chest movements, on the pressing especially. Take everything as deep as you can to try and hit every fibre. And this machine, you get super deep. It feels amazing.
Even when you're fresh and you use this at the beginning of the workout, it's quite humbling. It's quite heavy.
Yeah, I mean, for a plate and a half.
Yeah.
I didn't feel light.
No.
I mean, I know we're coming towards the end of our chest workout now, so we're a little bit more fatigued than if we'd done it at the beginning, but I couldn't imagine about 3 plates on this would be...
It's pretty heavy.
Oh, 6, we're getting 8, come on. At least 8. Oh, oh, good, 1 more. Let's go. Explode, come on, work. Nice.
Oh, gets hard. 7, come on, let's go. Finish it. 8, there's another one there. Squeeze. Finish it. Yeah, nice. Good. Good set, brother.
Do you want to try another
Cannon special? What do you want to do, Cannon? Would you fancy Cannon?
Would be perfect for it.
So what do you think? What do you reckon?
Right.
I think the episode, we're going to have to, this episode's going to have to be something Cannon special, I think.
So we're going to go lighter.
Yeah. So much to my...
I reckon, let's put a 5 on top.
Yeah.
Because I've never used this machine before, what we're about to do, we've got to get the weight right for it to be effective. So I'm kind of guesstimating now what I think is going to be an effective weight to achieve the set that we want to achieve. So what we're going to do...
I've actually really enjoyed this.
Time and attention. This actually isn't a Milos one either. Again,
It's a Rob Cannon special, guys. Just remember that, yeah? Copyright, trademark.
A lot of what Milos taught me, a lot of it, I've put my own spin on it as well. So what we're going to do, you're going to come down at that lowest, not quite the lowest point, so
close to.
Maybe sort of 10% higher than the lowest point. You're going to hold the tension on one arm there. You're going to do 5 reps while holding the tension here. 5 reps.
Yeah.
4.
Oh fuck, I've done these.
3, 2, 2, 1 more. 5, okay, pause. 1, 2, 3, good. 4 and 4. 1, 2, taking the 5 off. 3, 4 and 3. 1, 2, 3, good. 3. Up, 1. Let's get him. Come on. 2, strong. 3, okay, 2s. Up, 1. Up, 2, nice. Up, 1, and again. Up, okay, 1 and 1, let's go. Drive, and down.
Right, 3, 2, 1.
Go down.
It's one of them you can't go down, just go up.
I used to say that because yesterday I got back thickness and I was crazy strong yesterday, and I actually said that to someone. I think it's a McDonald's.
What's the go-to order?
Huh?
What's the go-to order?
Filet fish meal.
That's a Luke special, Luke Sanders special.
Oh mate, I love the filet.
You used to like that?
Yeah. and double cheeseburger.
All right. Fillet of fish.
Large, obviously, large meal.
Double cheeseburger. You'll come in the gym, you'll be hitting PRs all fucking day. 3, good. Come on, let's go. 2s now. 1. 2. Let's go again. 1. 2. Right, 1 on 1 and then all the way up. 1. 1 more. 1. All right, then 3, 2, 1. Yeah. That's right, man. Nice. Good fucking set. Woo!
That machine is fucking perfect for that. That's amazing.
Lovely set. Right, one thing I did find help with my triceps was treating it like quads. In regards to like making sure there's tension even at the top. Like even when I'm initiating that movement, I've got that tension even there.
Nice, good. Strong.
Nice. Reps at 15-ish. Normally on this I don't really do anything crazy, I just do like a few sets. I feel like...
I find the secret of the rope is not going too heavy.
No.
And getting that pull apart at the bottom.
When you're doing these, where do you feel like you're hitting on your tricep?
All
more under, yeah. So the back of the meat and the muscle.
Same, is it same for you?
Though I would like to try it like this because I haven't done it really like that. You know you're doing something right when you're a super heavyweight, but you look as dense as a 212. Do you know what I mean? Like, proportionally, that's when you're a very big man. Nice, Rob. Beautiful, beautiful, come on. Yes. Beautiful. When you're well over 100 kilo, but look like you could be if you didn't see him next to no one, you'd be like, fuck me, he's got the same proportions as someone like Jose Raymond, but that much muscle on a heavyweight, super heavyweight. It's good. That's what you want. I always want people to look at me and be like, you don't look very tall, but I do look tall, so it's unfortunate. That's the goal.
For a bodybuilder, you're tall.
Yeah. Right.
I'm about kind of. I'm short in everyday life, but in bodybuilding,
you're like the perfect height.
I'm about sort of middle ground. This guy's short.
Yeah, he's short.
How many you want?
Fuck those now. I need at least 2 more.
Let's go. Okay, 1 more. Let's go. Power. Right, stay in there.
A little drop.
Right, keep going. Try and get another 10. 2, keep that going. 3. 4, nice. 5, come on. 6, and again, come on. 7, get it. 8, come on, buddy. 9, and again. Squeeze.
Oh, yes. Oh, lovely set. We're going to do a skull crusher variation on an incline with an EZ bar.
So there is one thing I beat the shed at. I'm currently a lot hairier than him.
Oh, he is hairy. I saw that picture, I was like, fucking hell.
If we had an Olympia on the most body hair, I'd be beating him.
Well, you're beating me also lifting all day today.
Yeah, but we're doing more kind of my style workout. If we was doing his style workout, he'd be out lifting me.
I'm getting smashed. So when I come back to training, my volume's at its lowest.
Right.
Until I can handle more, then I start to implement more, because I'm really pussy at the beginning.
Is Jordan going to be pissed off then that you...
No.
Jordan's going to tell me off?
No, I've stuck to my two set principle. He's cool. Jordan's alright. But yeah, for me it's like, so a lot of my workout now, as I've said to Maddie and the guys, when I first come back to training, actually a lot of things I'll only do 1 set, because I get a lot out of it because I'm so quick to burn out. So like my muscle contractions, like 1 set and then I'm like, fucking hell, I'm fried. The endurance factor's like totally gone, and I think that's because into the prep I reduced my volume massively towards the end. So my body's now really like used to low volume. So it's basically I'm a pussy at the minute.
So that's like this workout.
This is even your normal volume.
This is more my kind of train set than James's, which is why I've been achieving more reps because I'm used to the way I train is higher volume, faster pace. So if Jamie's got outright raw power and strength. If I couldn't even lift the weights that this guy lifts if we was to do his workout. So, you know.
But then it's all, listen, my way ain't the best way. My way has its place, but I certainly have to incorporate more of this as well. And that's something in the last 2 years, a lot of my training has been slightly more this way. Like the highlight reels on Instagram, of course, are like some of the heavy stuff, and that's purely just for the following like it. But there is a lot of this focusing on contractile quality and making sure that you're bodybuilding really. Getting strong obviously is really cool, but I would encourage any of you guys who are watching this video who aren't sure how to approach your training, you've got to try and marry the two. So like what we're doing today, we've gone really heavy on dumbbells and stuff, but we've also incorporated a lot of techniques and things that allow you to lose a little bit less weight but still get really intense. And if you can do that, you're going to save yourself from injury, you're going to look like Rob Cannon and get a pro card.
But,
yeah, big.
Or you can look like James and get on the Olympia stage twice, technically 3 times because he's qualified for it 3 times.
The old COVID fucked me up there. That will be probably my exercise number 3 of important exercises because it's somewhat overhead to a degree. You've got the arm, I don't know what the word is, but you're extended above the head, which forces the tricep into a position where it has to recruit and it basically can't not contract. If you're trying to straighten your arm above your head, the tricep will work, it has to work. Whereas when you have your arm down by your side, shoulders can get involved, other kind of ancillary muscle groups can get involved. So if you have the choice again of only one, an overhead tricep exercise I think is fundamental. It does feel like it slightly targets a different part of your tricep, but if I had the choice of the two and I came in again and I had to be in and out, I would do an overhead variation of sorts. This is great because it's kind of in the middle of overhead and a regular tricep exercise. You definitely hit the entire tricep on this particular movement because of the, number one, the way you're holding the handle, but also the range of motion and the positioning. And again, Rob having us go into that kind of superset into the close press. Anything you're missing on the first portion, you're going to target on that second portion anyway. So from today's workout, if there was 3 exercises, like I said, that were fundamental, if you went into the session, you were doing push and you can only do 3 exercises, literally 3 exercises. It'd be your cable lateral, your incline, shallow incline dumbbell press, and your skull crusher overhead. So, you know, if I had 30 minutes to get a push workout in, those would be my 3 exercises. It'd be a great session. You would get a really good pump. Obviously, you probably would do slightly more volume because you'd stay on those exercises and maybe do 3 to 4 sets, or throw in some of these intensifiers. So again, 3 push day fundamental exercises. I hope you agree. If you don't agree, give it a go, see what you think. I think you cover all bases with those 3 personally. What do you think on that, Rob? If you had like literally super limited time, let's say you worked in the Navy and you're on a ship and you've got a very limited gym, and you get half an hour a day to train, and if you are doing a kind of a push-pull leg setup and you have 3 exercises to do, I'll do something similar? Yeah,
I'll probably go with the dumbbells as opposed to the cable.
Yeah, you'd like them.
Quicker, straight in there, grab some dumbbells, off you go.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I'd stick with the same.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Literally, so very simple. It's not that complicated, guys, honestly. What you don't want to do is just overlap exercises that are they correspond with each other too similarly. So let's say me and Rob did, we chose to do a shoulder press today instead of a lateral, and then we do an incline chest press. A lot of that's carryover. So you're missing an opportunity. So really you just want to try and think of your body as individual parts, and how can I get the most out of limited time on hitting those individual parts. Obviously if you're not pressed for time and you have a full workout like we do, you can hammer everything. But I know that a lot of you guys that watch the videos, you work shifts, you have limited time, you've got children. We have the luxury of not having children, thankfully, so we get to come to the gym.
I've got a fur baby.
It's got a fur baby, and I suppose I've got a fur baby. It's a cat though. Similar fur. It's not quite as, cats are a little bit more independent, let's say. But yeah, so I know I'm just waffling on now anyway.
The only thing, if I was limited on time, like 30 minutes, the only thing I'll probably do is, I like my supersets, so I'll probably supersetted the dumbbell press straight into a fly.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the compound and the isolation in one on the biggest muscle group that we're training.
So again, like how you did there as well.
Yeah.
So you can kind of, and then you could probably do that even for the middle exercise, which was our chest. Sorry, you could do that for the first exercise. You could do a superset on laterals. You could do a lateral into a rear dumbbell fly if you wanted to. So you could do dumbbell lateral superset rear dumbbell fly, move over to your chest superset with your fly, and then your skull crusher superset with your close press. That way you're only using one bit of equipment on each, because you'll use dumbbells on the first one, so you don't have to change equipment. You're using dumbbells, or you could use a barbell, but you could use dumbbells on the second, so you use the same type of equipment again. And then on the third one, you're just using an EZ bar. 3 bits of kit, well 2 bits of kit technically.
Technically it's just standard bench.
Yeah. So this is biceps. I don't normally do biceps, but I missed them on legs, so I've got to do a few sets today. Gym Loco, I always use this, you'll notice in the videos, purely because of the positioning, the way that the weight drops off at the top, so you get a good short contraction. It's just a very, very good machine for each curl.
One more. Drive. Work. Come on, let's go. Yeah. Good. Your arms have come on loads, haven't they?
A bit, yeah, because they were really, really bad.
You did. It used to have
Fucking awful arms. Awful arms.
They're pretty good now.
There's been some periods where they look pretty good, and I'm like happy with them, but then there's other periods we don't. But yeah, they're certainly not my genetic strong point by any means.
I wouldn't say they're a weak part now, though.
I bet they will. I'm on stage now, hitting most muscular, and not look like I'm a twig.
The most muscular, they look.
I never used to be able to do that. Specifically.
The hands on hips is good for you as well, isn't it?
That, and then I like a lat spread when I keep it more down, because it makes your arms look thicker. But then some of the judges were like, you should lift your chest more. But then I was like, Phil Heath and that used to just basically just stand there with their hands on their hips, because their arms are so fucking wacky.
These arms are
crazy, bro. Let me get him, big man. Good. Beautiful, strong. Yes, come on.
One more.
We got this. Let's work. Let's work, man. Let's improve. Boom, look at them fucking big reps. Beautiful. I say what I like about this machine, you can get quite aggressive with it, but it's low intensity on the joint. So you can get behind it a little bit and get a bit.
Come on. Easy. Come on. Nice. Good. Power. Good. And again. Drive it. Work. Is this your last set?
Come on. There's 11. Let's get another one. Let's get that 12. Finish it. Good. I think that's us done. Good workout. I normally just, as you guys know, I'll probably whack on like 3 sets of abs at the end. Something or other. Doesn't really matter. It's boring anyway. That was fun. Fun. A little bit of a hybrid there of approaches. It's nice for me. I said this. I always say this, and Rob will vouch for this as well. It's very hard for where we live to find other bodybuilders who are mentally like us, who love bodybuilding like we do for the reasons that we do. So it's hard to come across people that want to train in a fashion that's, proper bodybuilding. So when he goes to the gym or when I go to the gym, typically we're not with each other. Sometimes you're like, it's like you against the world. A little bit. Do you notice that?
When we started bodybuilding, it wasn't cool to be a bodybuilder.
It was actually fucking dorky. If you had a protein shake, people were like, look at you fucking knob. Like, I would go to Tesco to shop, and if I had a fucking vest on and a bit of muscle was out, I would get called every name under the sun. Yeah. Every name under the sun back in the day. But Big John, legend. How you doing, boss? You alright, brother? Everything good? It's very different now. So that when you wander in a gym now, you're almost like the outcast a little bit. So it's sometimes quite hard to like, not feel confident, but environmentally, it's not always very giving to what your pursuit is. So sometimes you find yourself a little bit like a fish in a very weird ocean that isn't the ocean you originated in. So it's nice when people like us come together, because you start to re-establish your ocean and you feel like, I know where my people are. We're a certain type of people. We're the same cloth. And the culture of today, they're the same cloth and they all support each other and it's fine. But we're not the same. So it means a lot to me when another bodybuilder wants to train, because it's really, really hard to find that. I spend most of the year on my ones fucking training, trying to tell myself that it's all about being hardcore. Yeah, I've got TikTokers all around me doing what they do, and you know, there's only so much you have to influence yourself. There's no external motivation because you're not in somewhere that's motivating you. Training with Rob's motivating. It's fun.
We do what we do because we're passionate about training.
Yeah.
We don't. I know this is for YouTube and it's all getting filmed and it's, you know, it is what it is today.
Yeah, yeah.
But if social media and all that went away tomorrow, we would still come in and do the same fucking thing.
Mate, we were when we were competing in the UK BFF days. You had no idea who was turning up. You'd turn up and you were excited to see who's there. Yeah. And you'd have the same old faces. James Llewellyn, you know, fucking, I don't know, Barney Duplessis.
Daz Ball,
Dave Titterton, like...
Alvin Small.
Yeah, man, like...
Stuart Core.
Fucking... These were the old guard before me and Rob. So you had Alvin, yeah, like say Alvin Small, Cecil Crosdale.
Big Zach Khan.
Big Zach.
Who's still kind of competing in these.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Anything we say, if it comes across like we're old men, it's because in this we are. Like, honestly, because we were competing, you know, in the 2000s. I started competing in 2008. Rob, your first show was 2009. So we've pretty much started exactly the same time. So
I was thinking about this the other day. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aside from as me, you, Nathan, Zach, because Zach still, he's not retired. He competed in 2021.
Yeah.
Us four are the longest active competing UK bodybuilders. I can't think of anyone else.
Man, because a lot of people like turn pro, do one show, don't do as good as they wish, and then disappear. I've always liked the whole doing your first show, don't do so well, know that you got a level to fuck up. Come back later, come back better. My first show I was 12th. My second show I didn't even place. My third show I got 6th, and then I was like, okay, now I'm not going backwards now, and just kept working and working. And you saw yourself increase in placing, didn't you, slightly at one of the shows?
Well, there was different amount of competitors in in all the shows, so
it's hard to gauge sometimes.
Yeah.
But you certainly felt like, do you feel like the more shows you do, the more you get a look in? They're more like, okay, let's have a look at you.
You know what? The 4 shows I did last year, the show that I felt I got the most love from the judges, so to speak, or I seemed to get the most stage time, the most comparisons, was in Spain, which was where I got my pro card the previous year. So
they know you.
That panel of judges knew me, and I actually think that out of the 4 shows, that show was my worst look. But
just goes to show, it's very, very important to turn up. And my advice to anyone that's like an aspiring bodybuilder, obviously don't compete to the point where it's not doing your mental sake no good, but do be active. Like Rob done 4 shows this year, I did 3. You know, ultimately when you want to be a bodybuilder, what dictates being a bodybuilder is stage time, because part of the sport, part of the art is the display. And the judges they'll only get to know you, because they don't care about social media really. They'll only get to know you through stage time. They want to see you turn up and try and be better than last time, and they care about that. So Rob coming back a year or whatever later to Spain and showing improvements is why they gave him time. They wanted to see him. They've seen him before, they know of him, they know he's good enough to turn pros. Now they want to see what he's spent the time, you know, that year doing. And
I'd made a lot of improvements in that year. Yeah. So for them, I think I kind of had that shock value in Spain, because a year later a big difference. So.
Yeah, man. So
and in this sport, unfortunately, you're very soon forgotten about.
Yeah, you are. And that's why it's difficult making calls on what shows to do. When should you have time off? Because when you have time off, there's this fear also of that. Okay, so if I take time off, you're no longer relevant. So trying to remain relevant is another important thing, and that's why we do these content and stuff like that as well, because it's a way for us to give, even when we're not necessarily on stage. That's another bit of advice I'd say. If you're doing an off season or you're trying to improve and you're worried about not being present, still put out some good content. Try and be educational, try and be helpful. If you do have knowledge, share it, man. I still watch other people's stuff, and I pick up a lot of information from other people. And I think that way, at least just spreading the word of bodybuilding, and you're going to help it stay, if anything, if minimal, stay alive. But you can also improve it, and we're here to try and I suppose, display our interpretation of bodybuilding and help that grow. And really it is what you see. It's just come in the gym, you know, train hard, yeah, have a little bit of a laugh, but when it's time to get in the set, you give it your all. And yeah, just fucking enjoy it as well, man. Like, you're quite blessed if you can be a bodybuilder and have time to do it, because it is demanding. Everyone has to work 9 to 5s and earn money, you know, so if you've got a couple of hours a day to come to the gym and train, you're doing well.
It's all about how bad you want it, you know, and bodybuilding takes time, many years of hard work, you know, and it's consistent, and it's down to how bad you want it. If you want it bad enough, like we have, we'll just chip away year after year, and you know, now we're at that point where we're finally, more so for James, because he's made it to the biggest stage in the world twice, we're reaping that benefits of all that hard work we put in. So
the last thing I'll say before we wrap up this video, guys, is endurance is one of the biggest factors in bodybuilding. There are many people with better genetics than me and Rob, who we will surpass, not because of our genetics in regards to our physique, but in terms of our genetic willpower to stay locked in and bodybuild for a duration. You know, if someone can only commit to bodybuilding for a year, but me and Rob can commit for 5, that person's going to disappear and we're going to go and fill the spot. Gives us an opportunity. So one thing you have to accept, that if you're going to be a bodybuilder, and one of the biggest components to success is endurance. It's not a short-term game, it's a long-term game. As you say, 2008, 2009, it's now 2023. We're only just now really reaping the benefits of all of our hard work, but it's worth it. And that's, I suppose I'll leave it at that. And I hope you've enjoyed some of the knowledge that Rob's given to this video. I'm very grateful for Rob being here today. Appreciate your insight and everything. And I know the guys appreciate it as well.
Always a pleasure sharing with you, big man.
Yeah, dude, we'll get some more in. I need to get strong, I know that. He's made me realise that I need to up my calories. So we'll get some more sessions in. We definitely need to make this more of an often thing, because we're both in a position where we want to improve. We're both hitting the off season now. So we'll do some more stuff. And if you guys enjoy this video, let us know, because then we'll make sure more of this happens for sure. Thanks again always, thanks to Fate Films, from King's Gym, from myself, from Rob. We'll see you on the next one, and Yannicka says goodbye as well. See you later, guys.